Good morning, North Park. You made it to church despite all the snow. Yay! Some of you might get mad at me, but I love the snow. Love living in Western New York. It's about time winter showed up. Honestly. My opinion. Don't get too mad at me. Anyways, okay. My name is Kreamer. Some of you know me. Some of you don't. And some of you have heard me give testimony before. Pastor John got a hold of me a couple weeks ago about giving testimony, and I can never turn down giving testimony because any chance that I get to tell any of you about how good God is, I'm going to take it because He has done amazing things in my life and amazing things to grow my faith. And even though sometimes they don't feel like they're always amazing things, when all is said and done, they're amazing things because I love the person that I am becoming as I continue my journey with God and deeper into my faith. And I couldn't be more grateful, even for all the bad days, because it's just, He's amazing, the things that He does, plain and simple. I've given this testimony before. I'm actually going to try and make this kind of short and sweet because I want to say a couple other things. But it was months ago. I was struggling financially. And, one of those times where things were just hard, money was tight, just trying to get through, I was about ready to borrow some money from one of my friends, and before I went to the bank, I wanted to check my bank account to see how much of that money was going to just kind of bring my bank account back to zero, and then how much I would have left over to, get the things that I needed to get and whatnot. So I checked my bank account, and there was money in my bank account, like enough to do what I had to do, and then some. The VA owed me some back pay, but I wasn't supposed to get it for like a couple of months. And here I am looking at my bank account, and it's here just when I needed it, like beyond needed it, like it was there. And I instantly knew who it was. I knew who did this, and it was nobody other than God. My first phone call within a couple of minutes of checking my bank account was to Pastor Meg, and I was just so excited to tell her. I mean, it was a big deal to me. It was huge to me because it got me back on my feet and where I needed to be and moving forward. And I had done so much praying that I just felt like God wrapped His arms around me and hugged me and said, "Here, you're gonna be okay. I'm gonna take care of you." And so I called Pastor Meg, and I think it was that following Sunday that I gave this same testimony. So some of you have probably heard this before, some of you not. But there it is. I mean, it's just one of those simple times where I was struggling, and, I just prayed to God and, did what I had to do, and He came through for me, and it was just a good day. It was a really, really good day. So there's that testimony. But like I said, that was months ago. It might have actually been maybe over a year ago now. I'm not really sure. But since then, I can't even tell you how much more I have grown in my faith and how much more God has done for me. I mean, on a daily basis, He does so much for us, and it's just, I love giving testimony. And the only way, I guess, for me to find I don't even know if I could find the words, honestly, but to make you understand, like, the things that He's done in my life. I mean, I honestly would have to just sit you down and tell you, everything that has happened in my life since then. But I won't do that to you today. I won't keep you here. But I just want you to understand that I haven't had, all my days haven't been great and amazing and walking strong in my faith, and it's not all roses. I've had some bad days, and even though those bad days really weren't, they were bad days, looking back, I am grateful for those bad days, because this person who's sitting here recording this video for you right now I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for all the good days and all of the bad days. I like to reference back to the sermon that we did. It was Take a Seat. And I use that pretty much on a daily basis when it comes to my faith and, things that happen and stuff. And I related a lot to last week's sermon when we were talking about plane crash and Job and how he had this amazing, wonderful life, and it was all taken from him, and he fell to the ground and he worshiped God, despite all of the horrible stuff that was happening around him. He first chose God, and I think that can teach us so much, and it has taught me so much, because one of the things that was a huge turning point for me in my faith was when bad things would happen, I would find myself quite often, looking up at the sky and screaming to God from my knees, like, why is this happening to me? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, why me? And it may have been that sermon or one of the other sermons, but we talked about, instead of the whole why me approach, asking God, what are you trying to teach me? What is this supposed to bring to me to, change who I am, to make me the person for your purpose? And that has been huge for me. I don't do the why me anymore. When something happens, my first go-to is God, and it's like, what are you trying to teach me? And I'm going to tell you, like, I've been rock bottom a couple of times, and he's been there with me the whole way. And, the Take a Seat sermon, which I kind of got off topic. That's where I was going with this. I just picture myself all the time sitting in my seat of faith, and I'm sitting here and things are going good, and then, I'll wobble to the side and, God pushes me back in, or sometimes I'll fall right over. The chairs hit me in the head, the whole 9 yards, and here's God standing before me, reaching out his hand, and he wants to pick me up and sit me back down, and, just, he's always there, regardless of how long he can sit in the seat without falling out, and, he'll pick you back up and dust you off, and he sits you back down. And I've had some days where I've fallen out of the seat. I'm sure we all do. And he's there. He reaches out his hand. He pulls us back up. He sits us back down, and he tells us that he loves us. No matter what we do, he is there. And I think one of the things that we really need to understand is he's always there. He never leaves us. It's up to us to come to him. And once I realized that the more that I went to him with everything that I was going through, or being a constant in my faith, instead of, okay, things are bad, here I am, God, I need you, but making him a part of my everyday, praying in the morning and talking to him throughout the day. And sometimes people probably think I'm crazy because, I'll just start talking to myself. But if you ever see me talking to myself, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to God. So just keep that in mind. But okay, so we're going on 10 minutes. I'm going to wrap this up. One of the big things that I use, it's kind of my go-to, is hashtag there's nothing bigger than my God. There's nothing bigger than him. Whatever you're going through, whatever it is that you are hurting from or struggling with, there's nothing bigger than Him. Take it to Him. Give it to Him, and He will bless you. He will take care of you, and He will love you through everything. He loves you through it all. I am not a perfect Christian, but I'm going to tell you what, I work every day to be the person that He wants me to be, because with Him, all things are possible. And I love the things that He has done for me, for my faith, and I couldn't have done it without Him, even the bad days. I'm grateful for, because He is doing nothing but strengthening my faith and my love for Him, and it's amazing. So give it to God, and He won't let you down, ever. Enjoy church.